Hey there, Patrick here again. In a previous long form video, I reviewed the overall um, sales process and structure and example roles and responsibilities that succeed in each part of the sales process. And I did that at a high level with some examples and talk through a lot of different scenarios. I thought it would be helpful to come back through and talk about the 5 distinct sales roles and then in a little more detail and go into some more aspects of those roles. I'll include a link to that main overview video in the description of this video. So as a reminder, if you haven't seen that video yet, the 5 key sales roles are your influencer, your hunter, your expert, your closer, and your farmer. And in many companies, those are all the same person, and in other companies, they're not. So what I'll do here is talk about each of those 5. I'll do a separate video for each. That way, if you just want to zip into the one you're interested in, you can do that. And then I'll talk about 5 specific areas for each of those. 1 is the role, 2 is responsibility, 3 is KPI or how you might want to measure success, 4 is the personality style, motivators, drivers that succeed in that role, and then number 5 is incentive structure. I'll also put together a graphic and include it with this video so you can kind of get a snapshot of what's important to each of these 5 roles. So talking about the influencer, incidentally, those are in chronological order of the buying process when you think about it. So your influencer is at the front end of the spear and your farmer is at the back end. So if we're talking in this video just about the influencer, that's their role. It's right in their name. Their whole purpose is to tell the story of your company and your product and your service. And that's their responsibility. Their responsibility is to spread the word, to lay an underlying foundation of why you guys exist and what your mission is and all that good stuff. Their typical personality style is they're typically a high expressive. They might be a little lower on the drive spectrum, but they'll be, high verbal acumen, usually good written communication, but definitely storytellers. So they are always telling the story. They should be pretty good about telling the story over and over again in the right exact way without changing it too much. And they're definitely motivated by connecting with people. So that'll be really, that's going to be a motivating driver for them, is those personal connections. And like I said, pretty high expressive usually. As far as an incentive structure for them, I like to incentivize influencers on activities. So and they're incentivized. They have a, typically pretty high percentage of their pay will be base salary. I would say between 70 and 90% would be base, and the balance would be incentivized on activities. It's a little hard to incentivize on specific results of those activities. So I actually like to do a combination of activities plus maybe some overall performance metrics of the overall company. So it might be revenue or growth over goal or something like that they get a little piece of that so they have some skin in the game. Those activities might be one-on-one meetings, might be as simple as social media activities, although those have to be pretty high volume. I usually like to incentivize better on content than just posting, so you get more original content out there, more storytelling, and whatnot. So hope that was helpful. So those are your influencers, and that's where they fit in the area of the buying process. They're the earliest in the buying process. So next up is the hunter, and we'll talk about that next. Thanks.